Some of Raid's biggest content creators are gravitating towards this new mobile game. I guess there's also a PC client game called Watcher of Realms. What's the deal with it? Is it a good game? Is it just another one of those sponsorships where they kind of get you to play it and they kind of ditch it overall? I've been playing this game for a while, so let's dive into what makes this game so much more than I guess every other game that I've seen other big content creators playing. What up, teammates? MurderInc here with a video talking about Watcher of Realms. Now, we're going to get into some nerdy stuff first. To get it out of the way, I'll make it quick, I promise. The first thing is, this game is unique. Games come out all the time. Like I said, content creators take sponsorships all of the time because usually we get a pretty decent chunk of money, regardless if the game's good or not. I don't know, there have been very few games that have really lasted the test of time with longevity. We've seen many games close down. So what's different about Watcher of Realms? A few things. The first thing is we kind of have to go into the nerdy stuff, and I'll show you that first. So if you don't know, let's break it down really quickly here. Raid Shadow Legends is a company created by Plarium, which is a subsidiary company of Aristocrat Leisure, who is a massive company. I believe they're the #2, and you can kind of see from this market share website, the #2 slot machine, like physical slot machine maker in the world. They're #2. So to say they're massive is kind of an understatement. From what I can see and what I've found on the internet, their revenues are around $6 billion. Billion. So that's what's backing Plarium. Now, what's so special about Watcher of Realms? What's so special about Watcher of Realms is if you track this, so it's Watcher of Realms is equivalent to Raid, of course, then it's Plarium is equivalent to Moonton, and now we have to go into what's the equivalent to Aristocrat Leisure to Watcher of Realms. That is ByteDance. Yes, the company that created TikTok, that is the owner of the Chinese version of Twitch. They are estimated to be worth $220 billion. And their net worth as of 2023, according to Forbes, is $39.1 billion. So that's who's backing Watcher of Realms. So what can you expect without even playing the game? It's very high quality, which you will see once you do play the game for about a minute. The champion design's incredible. They rival Raid in many, many ways, and it's quite clear. The second thing is, not that this would ever be the case, but Watcher of Realms, like Plarium, can go negative for the next 1,000 years, and it won't scratch either Aristocrat Leisure or ByteDance. Now, that's not how the business world works, but it's a really important point to make, just to kind of show you the difference. We all know how big Plarium and Aristocrat was. Now, consider that they're very small compared to these new games that content creators, including myself, have gravitated towards just to play on its own. So this is the main menu of Watcher of Realms here, and we can kind of just take a quick look at the champions. You'll see the designs. Their art team did a great job. These champions look good, their animations are cool, and they brought a very well thought out and developed approach to a gacha game. This isn't a typical gacha game like you would expect from Raid. There's a lot more to this game, and we're not just talking about the physics of the game that I quickly just showed you there. So the first thing that really separates this game from other games is, let's just head to the campaign where most players are going to have to go through, and you'll notice this right away. This is a tower defense game. So champions have a cost. You have to plan where you're going to place them on the tiles. You have to know what the enemies do so you can counter them. There's different types. You have archers, which are marksmen, mages, fighters, defenders, all doing different roles here. And you have to strategically place them on the tiles, and they have hitboxes, they have ultimates. Really cool. The first thing this game has over Raid is if you fail a run, you don't lose any of your energy. Raid must be thinking, why didn't I think of that? They accomplish a few things by doing this. The first thing is they're creating longer playtime for players, and they're not taking away from how much money they can make. Why are they not taking it away? Because This is going to let players progress further, and they're still going to hit the walls the game intends you to hit, where you would have to spend some money. Now, speaking of money, even though I showed very little gameplay here, let's talk about money, because that's pretty much what everyone wants to know about. Is this game expensive to play? And I'm going to say something that'll sound controversial to people who have been playing for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Well, like I said, I've been playing this game for over a month now. I'm level 86 out of 100. Most players in this game are not level 86 to 100. We can kind of just go to the guild rankings here, and outside of the top, I don't know, top guilds who are a bunch of whales here, you can take a look at these levels here. These are players who have been playing. Basically, how much you spend determines your level, because you're farming and level up and all that. It's like raid. So level 86 that I'm at isn't insanely high, but it's well above average as far as how high I am for the short amount of time that I have been playing here. So what I will say is this game is worse than raid as far as free to play. Now, like I said, if you've been playing this game, you're going to say, Murder, you're insane. There's no way. Let me clarify. Free to play means $0 spent. There's one thing that makes this game worse than raid while free to play, and that is something called the privilege card. The privilege card gives you multi-battles, pretty much, which you're going to need. It gives you 3.5 speed compared to 2 times speed for auto fights, and the gear raids. So picture farming dragon. By buying this, it's not a lot of money, $10 a month, which is why we'll get to the next point where low spender, this game knocks it out of the park. You get extra random drops when you farm dungeons. Yes, 20% gold is good, 20% experience, max stamina 30, extra random drops to upgrade your heroes, fine. If you don't have this as a free-to-play player, and a low spender that spends $10 a month has this, the progression difference I can't even explain in words. Now, like I said, there's going to be a lot of free-to-play players, and most of them that I've seen, they've literally spent $100, and they just don't talk about it. It's one of those communities, but if you spend $0 on this game, which you can do, you will fall way behind because you're not buying this one thing that's worth $10 a month, as opposed to raid, where you can get lucky in raid. You can get lucky in this game too. No amount of luck is going to give you the insane benefit of getting extra gear drops when you're farming for gear. It's just a no-brainer. Getting 2, or really you can get 2 pieces per gear run. The fact that you can get 3 is insane. It really is, because gear plays such an integral part to this game. So with that being said, free to play, raid's definitely better. You can make 2 raid accounts, both free to play. You'll have plenty to do for a long time. For this game, same thing applies. You can have 2 accounts free to play in this game. You will have tons of fun. You will fall behind of anyone spending the money on the privilege card significantly, but still doable for sure. If you don't care really about how fast you progress, it's just going to be much slower. Now we get into low spender, $10 to $25 a month. This game destroys Raid Shadow Legends. They literally killed it. Like I said, that privilege card is insane. The energy packs are so well priced. There's a $15 energy pack that will last most low spenders through the entire month. It's that easy. And you don't even have to buy it. You can buy shards, but you get so many shards from the campaign. And this is the crazy part, again, reinforcing how good this game design is. When you pull the ancient shard equivalent, so I have 1 ancient shard here, I'll just do it I should be saving it, as we all know, for events on the weekends, but I'll just pull one. So you pull a shard here, you can get a 1-star, 2-star, it's just like raid. So let's see what we get. We get a 2-star. If I got a rare champion, what this game lets you do, it lets you sell back the 3-star champion for gems so you can keep pulling. You heard that right. Instead of having to use 3-star champions for food, you can stick to only using 1 and 2-star champions for food, and you can sell back all of the unwanted rare champions. And the game will give you a very generous amount of gems so you can continue pulling. It's a brilliant system. They also have quick star up. This is how you level up food. You click a button. That's it. You go to the next one. You click another button. That's it. I'm just leveling up food. Why this isn't in raid after all this time? I don't know. This company clearly took notes as to how to make a successful well-rounded gacha game for sure. So we have that. The guild boss in this game is incredibly impressive. There's so much testing you can do, and you can pause it, quit out. You won't lose your key. It's built into the system. Once you quit, you do see a recap of how much damage you're doing, all of that good stuff. There's really no complaints. So if you aren't playing this game already and you want to give this game a shot, I'll post my code. You can copy it from the screen here, or I'll post it in the pinned comment. You can use this. You get free rewards. I have 2 slots to give people free rewards. There's also this thing where if you invite people, you get rewards. You don't have to use mine. You can use whoever's you want. But if you do want to try the game out, I recommend trying it. Like I said, you can play for free. See if you like it. If you do like it, head over to the privilege card, spend the $10 on 1 month, or if you want to be a long-term low spender, spend $40 for 6 months. And if you stop playing after 6 months, no harm done. $40 lost, and that's it. So the game's crazy fun. The drop rates are pretty much the same. And I even hate to say the drop rates are the same as far as pulling a legendary, because every threshold you do, like look at this. If I pull 10 more shards, I get 9 free ancient shard equivalents. You get it every single threshold, and they're much closer together the earlier on you are. I've of course summoned quite a bit, but once you start getting down to these low levels, look, every 20, so you're getting a crazy amount of free stuff just by playing the game and playing it naturally, which is why it's so good for that low spender bracket. And to make things even more appealing to new players, you're guaranteed a legendary after 70 shards. So you can start an account, fish for a good legendary, because there are some very good legendaries and some bad ones, like in every game. Then you can just re-roll. Just keep making accounts until you get the ones that you want. Now, as far as what I'm going to do with this game, I am going to be making content. It's not going to be on this channel, because I haven't given up on Raid just yet. So I'm going to keep this dedicated to Raid. I made a brand new channel. I'm going to start uploading on there for this game slowly. Not going to be a monetized channel. We're just going to go there, have fun, and see what it becomes. So if you do like this game, you want to follow it, there's a lot of min-maxing in this game. Like anything, the end game is exciting, it's in depth, everything's fresh, similar to Raid. So now is a really good time to play this game, because over time, like every game, you're going to go through a honeymoon phase and it's going to get stale, just like Raid is. This game, as good as it seems and as I'm preaching it to be, it's going to fall off eventually. It's just the way things go. But the amount of content in the game now is incredible. They've released this game with the version that's similar to the Doom Tower. It's a little bit more in depth than that. Arena's really cool. Arena's not static at all. You can see current challenge here, and I can just go to defense team. It's different types, so it's a tower defense. I mean, I guess I can just do one battle. So we can have a look at this. So this is the anti-air, and this is just going to be on auto here. So there's going to be flying units. You have to be anti-air, and you're protecting your like middle base here. Whoever kills the enemies first, the other enemies turn into a red ball and they slam into your base, dealing damage to them. I believe I'm going to win this one. Yeah. And this is the equivalent of Platinum Arena. So these balls turn into, or the enemies turn into balls. They hit that, they reduce the damage here. And it's just the same thing. Different rounds, different types of enemies. So you have to plan your strategy. Like this one, they actually beat me this round here. And we're going to see what happens next. I did kind of focus this team on purpose to pop off in these stages rather than the earlier ones, so I can kill them at the gate, because I figure, why not? Oh, it looks like my team's bugged and just not using their ultimate abilities. We still took the win anyways. So now he's going to pop his awakening. We're going to kill them pretty damn close. Oh, so we just won. Anyways, this is one rotation. I believe it's on 4 or 5 days it changes, keeping things interesting. In my personal opinion, Arena is the most boring part of this game. You fight, you win, you beat teams, and ideally you don't use crazy teams, because whether you win or lose a defense, you gain points, and you don't get more points for being a higher ranking. I'm 465. I would get the same reward as being rank 1, minus an avatar that's just for show. So the game's good. There's tons of promo codes, like I said, on my other channel. I'll cover that stuff and we'll talk about it more in depth. Hopefully I'll see you guys in this game. Like I said, it's definitely worth trying, even if you're not going to spend. what's it going to do? Raid's in a stale spot right now. If you have time to kill, this is the perfect place to do that. So that's going to conclude this content. See you over on the Watchers channel.